Hello friends, how are you doing today? My name is Mary, this is Happily Ever Esh, and today I am bringing you a thrift store book haul. If you can't tell, I'm very excited that my most favorite thrift store has reopened. They have all sorts of, restrictions and are following social distancing guidelines, but they finally reopened, and I was there the second day that they were open because I just was so stinking excited. So I spent a little browse on the bookshelves. They're also having a garage sale very soon because they have so many housewares and books and things, and I'm going to that too. They have the greatest selection of things. I don't know how they get their donors, but they're always amazing, always A+ on the book selection, the clothes selection, all the selection. I have all the heart eyes for them. Their hardbacks are $1 and their paperbacks are 50 cents. Sometimes they'll tag certain titles if they know that they're more popular, but still, like, brand new releases for a couple bucks, can't beat it. But all of these books I got for less than $8, and let's just hop on in. So the first one I was so excited to find. April at Getting Huggo With It has not been able to stop raving about this book, and that's Queenie by Candace Carty-Williams. I was ecstatic to find this for $1. This is sold as Bridget Jones' Diary meets Americana. I haven't read either of those books. I do own Americana and I want to read it. I've also seen some reviewers say it's more Eleanor Oliphant vibes than Americana, but I haven't read that book either. So none of these comparisons do anything for me. Maybe they'll help you. Why I'm really excited to read this is I hear the character of Queenie is so real and well drawn, and I'm here for the experience of reading this book. Also, this cover is stunning and like so striking, like the colors, the typography, the silhouette. I mean, it's awesome. So we'll just kick it off. That was probably what I was most excited about to find for $1. Another relatively new book, I think it was published in 2017, is The Ninth Hour by Alice McDermott. I don't know a ton about this, but I know when it was released I had it on hold at the library. I never got to it, but it was one that always kind of had stuck in the back of my head that I wanted to read. This is set in Brooklyn. I believe it's a historical fiction novel. It kind of is opening by the suicide of this man and kind of the way that affects his wife and this tenant house that he lives in. I'm very excited to get to it. It's not very long, and Alice McDermott is an author that I've wanted to read for quite some time. Another one I was so excited to find was some Susanna Kearsley, and this is The Rose Garden. In my part of the Midwest, so Susanna Kearsley is a hard author to get secondhand. I think people just love her books and they don't give it up. She's kind of like a modern Daphne du Maurier, kind of some gothic, atmospheric, romantic books. I just saw this because I recognize the author's name and I wanted it. I also think that this title is very well received by the people who love Susanna Kearsley. So this one was marked up to $1, but hey, I will pay the $1 price gladly to finally pick up and put some Susanna Kearsley on my shelf. I know that Bree over at Bree Hill really loves her, and I believe that Krista over at Books and Jams also has said really good things. Both ladies that I trust their opinions, so was excited to add her to my shelf. The next book is a cover that was very recognizable to me, but when I picked it up I realized I knew nothing about it. Still don't know a lot, but am interested nonetheless, and that's Say You're One of Them by U.M. Akpen. This is a short story collection dealing with child abuse, child trauma. I think it's really heavy in that, so I think if that's something that you're not going to be able to handle, be warned. It seems like this is a very heavy theme in this book. I work with children in the child welfare system. I see the horrors of child abuse and neglect every day, but I do think that this is going to be a very different look as it is set in different countries in Africa. I'm excited to give it a try But yeah, I don't have to tell me. It's like a book that I've seen probably on lots of lists. Has it also maybe a book that you've seen a lot? Like when I saw the cover, I was like, I know that book has been well lauded by many. The next book is one that I already own, but this cover is like perfection. And that's Empire Falls by Richard Russo. This is like a huge floppy paperback, but I just adore the artwork on it. It's a book I've wanted to read for quite some time. It's definitely an American modern classic. It seems like a family story, this like small town story, all things that I think I will just adore. It just sounds like a book right up my alley. So I wanted the pretty edition and I got it for 50 cents. So I will just switch that out. And Empire Falls, I feel like if you go into a thrift store in the United States, there's like a 95% chance you're gonna find a copy of it. But I've never seen that copy, so I'm excited to add it to my shelf. Next is a book I already own, I've already read, and I already loved. I actually already own 2 copies of it, so is it a little embarrassing that I bought a third? Probably. And that's The Grapes of Wrath by John Steinbeck. But this vintage Penguin edition, I needed it. I needed it. I didn't need it, but I love it. And I know I'm not the only person who loves a book and then buys 10 copies of it. 50 cents, guys, 50 cents. I love this book. So I'm excited to put it by the other 2 books on my red shelf. Next is a nonfiction. It was actually the one read that my community picked a year ago. Maybe it was last year's. And that's Nomad Land, Surviving America in the 21st Century. This is looking at a group of transient retired people who perform a lot of like low income jobs all across the United States. And I think it's just kind of looking into this community and this phenomena and why it's happening. The back says, Nomad Land tells a revelatory tale of the dark underbelly of the American economy, one which foreshadows the precarious future that may await many more of us. I live in America and I'm interested in reading what the authors found out and about that group of people. And last but not least, I was very excited to add some more Ann Patchett to my shelves. This is Bel Canto by Ann Patchett. I feel like this is the one that is talked about the most, the one that I feel like if you've read Ann Patchett, a lot of times this is your first one. This has a very sweeping premise. Somewhere in South America, a huge party with lots of very wealthy, well-known individuals is taking place, and it's taken over by this terrorist group and all these individuals are put as hostages. And I think we're just like inside of this building as this is all going on. That's an intense premise, but one that I'm really excited to get to. I've enjoyed both of the other works by Ann Patchett that I've read, though they are her 2 most recent, which is Commonwealth and The Dutch House. And this is an older work by her, so we'll see how I feel about that. But that's my little book haul. I have 2 books that weren't purchased at the thrift haul but have come into my possession since the last haul that I posted. This is just the dust jacket, Beach Read by Emily Henry, and then also the one I'm the most excited about, The Vanishing Half by Britt Bennett. I am so excited about this. I definitely want to get to this. I probably won't get to it in June, but I hope to in July. So yes, these were both featured in my on hold at the library video, and they were 2 that I just couldn't wait and ended up purchasing myself. So that's it. Those are all of the books I have recently acquired. It was so nice to go to the thrift store again and just browse and see what treasures await. So another thrift haul, garage sale haul might be coming to you depending on the selection they have at their outdoor reopening garage sales. So I'd love to know, have you gotten any new books? Let's chat about it down in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Please like this video if you enjoy thrift store book hauls as much as I do. I also have my Bookstagram link down below. I really have kind of taken a break in the month of June. I hope to kind of hop back in soon, but kind of taking a little Bookstagram break. But then also, as always, my Goodreads page is linked down below. I'd love to be friends, get all my updates on what I'm reading, all the things down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll talk to you later. Bye.